I can speak to what has been happening around advocating for the inclusion of lesbians and same-sex attracted women in a health agenda in Australia. In 2010, the federal government, for the first time ever, included lesbians and same-sex attracted women in their national women's health policy, which is really quite phenomenal, because I think one of the issues around lesbian health, or lesbian and same-sex attracted women's health, is the issue of invisibility. There's an assumption from the mainstream health service, and actually from many mainstream structures, that lesbian health and women's health are synonymous. They're the same thing, there's no difference. And really going to a little bit to what Karen was speaking about, you know, there are a lot of people that perceive themselves as being open to the issues for lesbians and same-sex attracted women, but they're not quite able to, or have enough information or confidence to ask the right questions. You know, there's a lot of assumptions of heterosexuality out there, and then if you are presenting as in a same-sex relationship or active with women sexually, there's a lot of assumptions about what that actually means for your health that aren't necessarily based on fact. So there was a really huge coordinated effort from a lot of NGOs and a lot of volunteers and a lot of experts at putting together briefing papers to convince the government to have our issues listed in a policy. And that doesn't necessarily mean we've got lots of funding or everything's going to change really quickly, but what it does mean is that we're written in to a document, and we weren't really written into any documents before. So it's a starting point. It's a point where we can sort of pick up and continue an advocacy agenda about, well, what does this look like? It might be organisations like ACON doing specific work around health promotion, but actually really what it should be is the mainstream picking up this issue and taking it up as one of many issues that they need to deal with in terms of diversity. Is that okay?
And so with the SWASH study, how will the findings in that be politically? How will government use those findings? Will they?
I do need to clarify, it's very nice of Tanya to thank me for SWASH, but I didn't do SWASH actually. It was Julie and Rachel. Did. Yeah, so actually it's them that deserve the applause for that, because there's many volunteer hours that went into, you know, analysing all of that data, and there are others in the room, Devon and Karen Price and Alan too, and Veronica, that have put into that. And so I think that what we're looking at is a unique sample, yes. What we can see is there are disparities in our health as a group, not necessarily as individuals, in comparison to heterosexual women, and that's probably associated with discrimination. Yes. Will government listen to us? Well, Tanya Plibersek came and talked about it, so yeah, actually, I think they will. And, you know, it's a law of small change. I think as long as we continue building our own evidence bases and continue to advocate for the inclusion of sexuality indicators in mainstream health research, actually maybe we will get some attention.
Some paying attention to it. That's good stuff.